You know, I started real estate investing when I was 15 years old. I bought a little city lot of land, and from there I bought a duplex and on and on and on. But I was born in the Midwest, where real estate values are always very neutral and just a nice steady incline. In 2003, I moved to Florida, and I seen real estate values just going nuts. I thought, my gosh, I've been selling real estate investing properties for years, but in a market where it made sense, and now suddenly I can't sell any cash flowing property. That didn't feel good for me. I personally wasn't buying property, so how can I promote property? So I spent the last 4 years doing diligence and market studies, trying to understand what a market looks like, where a person should buy and where they should not buy. Okay, those who have been following my blogs and my real estate website, they understand that there's three basic principles of cash flow, growth, location to choice investment that people are looking for. Start out with the cash flow. A lot of people are looking for cash flow, and we have plenty of markets who will do that. We also have plenty of markets that focus on growth, that capital growth, that appreciation to help you build your portfolio. After all, growth is where wealth is created. And then there's many people, especially our foreign friends, they're coming over here and they want to buy specific markets. Florida's got a lot of beaches and golf courses. Some people are looking for markets in Los Angeles area. They have reasons they want to invest. Maybe it's because they're putting their children to school. Maybe it's because they want to retire there someday and they want to buy now while they can buy low and have it kind of pay for itself. Not necessarily the best cash flow, maybe not necessarily the best growth, but a combination to help them accomplish their goals. We can do all that, and this is how we surpass everyone else. You know, in today's real estate market, there are great deals to be found everywhere. Virtually every city has some great deals going on. Typical ads like this one, a 3 bedroom, 2 bath home, 1,500 plus square feet, renting for 99,000, or purchase price for 99,000. It rents for roughly 990 bucks, creating a $350 cash flow. You can literally find those in every city in the nation right now, and that's great. The big question you want to ask yourself, is it a purposeful investment? It's very important to buy not just a good cash flowing piece of real estate, but buying in a market that has the ability to sustain the growth and sustain future cash flow increases. For example, if that market, that property that we just talked about, is sitting here in a seller's market, that values are probably going to go down, and if the values are going to go down, the cash flow, the ability to collect monthly rents are going to go from 990 a month rent down to 890 and then 790, and that investment suddenly turns into not a very good investment anymore. So buying here in the proper buyer's market is key. How do you know when you're in a buyer's market or a seller's market? That is a very big challenge, and that's something we do here every day. Basically, to be in a buyer's market, there has to be between 10 and 20 different stars in an alignment. And of course, we know it's not a perfect world, so never do you have any one particular market that has all stars in perfect alignment. But the more stars that you have shining over a particular marketplace, the better you are. Real estate's all about location. So you got to find the location that has the most shining stars, if you will. We're looking for things like population growth. Job growth, absolutely paramount. If you don't have job growth in a particular city, that investment is something you probably don't want to buy just yet anyway. We're looking for home sale activity. What is the pending home sale activity doing? It should be on the incline to help give us an indicator that that market is poised for more growth. We're looking for baby boomer appeal. Undervalued, now that's a huge one. You take the median income and median home price. You want to make sure that the median income there can pay for the median home. Now, if that median home, for example, is much lower than what the current median income is able to substantiate, you have yourself an undervalued market. Now, there's markets throughout the country that are better positioned, being more undervalued than others, and that's a very big key indicator that we definitely want to look for to make sure we're getting ourselves in a great city or great metropolitan marketplace. There's literally dozens of different things we look at. Like I say, never can you get all stars in perfect alignment, but the more stars that you have in alignment for your particular investment, the better your investment returns are going to be. Once you find the right market, it's imperative that you need to find undervalued real estate. In other words, in that particular marketplace, you want to be buying right. You want to be buying under the appraised value. You want to be buying turnkey properties, properties that are totally rented and ready to roll. Well, by rented, I mean being a performing asset. In other words, it's not just supposed to generate $900 rent, it is generating $900 rent. By knowing exactly what kind of rent you're getting out of it, you know exact kind of returns you're going to get at the end of the day. So it's a performing asset. And then finally, property management. If you don't have great property management, you don't have a good investment. Again, you might consider that another star that needs to align. The area that you're buying homes got to have great property management. You have all these stars in alignment, and now you're talking very purposeful. Instead of just buying a nice cash flowing property, you're buying a cash flowing property that can sustain the cash flow, and for those of you looking for growth as well, it can sustain the growth. Some people aren't looking for growth, and cash flow is all that's important to them, but you want to make sure that you're in a marketplace that will sustain the cash flow, otherwise it's going to disappear. So the location again is vitally important. Remember, real estate's all about location, location, location.
To put you at ease, what's all this cost you? It doesn't cost you a dime. This is how we are so effective at helping hundreds of people every year buy capital growth, cash flowing, investment style properties of choice, and doesn't cost them anything from an acquisition standpoint. We find the best locations. Then we go to those best locations and we find wholesalers that can deliver us a lot of product. These wholesalers, we basically create competition amongst each other where they have to provide the best property for you, the best turnkey property for you with cash flow and growth, as well as property management. By giving you this full turnkey operations, you're able to get the best possible investment possible. We're so confident that the choices of wholesalers that we're going to connect you to are going to totally wow you and give you the cash flowing, the growth markets that you're looking for, and the best turnkey possible property that you're going to wind up buying one of those. And that's how we're able to give you all this content and information for free, because at the end of the day, when they buy one, or when you buy one of those properties, then we get a referral fee, a marketing fee. We do all this for nothing because we know by 98.5% of our people wind up buying from us. Those couple that might deviate away, 6 months later they're back and say, you know what, I tried to do this on my own, but I cannot duplicate what your wholesalers can do. The reason our wholesalers are able to give us such a great deal is because they're buying in massive quantities, they're rehabbing these things in massive quantities, and the economies of scale is something that our individual people just cannot compete with. So what do we do next? For our foreign friends, right below us, you can click and get a free ebook. It tells you all the nuances of how real estate investment purchases work here in the U.S. But all means, go below that and click the dashboard report. Subscribe to our EBG dashboard. It's a forward-thinking information, weekly analysis of what's going on in the real estate market to keep you posted. By all means, drop me an email, give me a phone call, 727-808-8735. We love to talk about your personal wants and needs analysis. Make sure we connect you to the right location, because real estate is all about location.